Hello and welcome to the British Dapper, and today we're talking about stylish outfit ideas and essentials for winter 2023. So I've just had 2 or 3 days in London. It was actually part of a meet and greet and a meet up with Ash Jones from the Chaps Guide, and we had a couple of days in London. It was a great event, meeting our subscribers and, dare I say, now mutual friends. And whilst we were there, it gave me the opportunity to go around Savile Row and Jermyn Street and take in all the current trends that are about. I also followed that up by going to Oxford Street, which is more commercialised, trying to pick up on the current vibe heading into winter and what people are looking to wear. So although we talk about menswear and we talk about the traditional, the classic look, I had noticed over the last few weeks, and especially when I was in London the last couple of days, there seems to be a growing trend towards a more traditional, a more classic look out on the high street. And so that made me inquire a little bit more about that. So when I was in London, I took the opportunity to not only see what was on Savile Row, the current colour trends, but also in Jermyn Street when I was going around, what were in the window displays. And also when I went onto Oxford Street, it gave me an idea to look at the comparisons between the two. And I've got to say, there's not a lot of difference. Some of the stores I went into are traditional stores. For example, on Oxford Street we went to John Lewis, we went to Marks and Spencer's, and quite a few others, including new ones as well. And the current trend when it comes to trousers, for example, we're heading into winter, so on both camps that's the classic look and also the high street look, which you could argue is a little bit more of a fashionable look. There seems to be a change to wearing wool materials. So we're looking at, for example, more flannel based clothing, thick flannel wool trousers, cords, moleskin trousers, those warm, thick materials that really do well in the winter months. And the colour schemes are very similar, they're very autumnal. So whereas in the autumn we were looking at more burnt oranges and some light browns and fawns and some greens, as we head into the winter colours, these are a bit more stronger and more sombre in a way. So we're looking at deep greens, we're looking at burgundies, we're looking at chocolate brown colours, and we're looking at a much more dark tan shoes, those sort of looks coming through. And there were some key threads that I picked up on when I was out. For example, besides the trousers being more traditional wool based, they were also in the high street a lot of trousers with a cuff. A turn-up we call it in the UK, and also side tabs to actually adjust the trousers. Now this is a step away from the more usual thing you'd see on the high street, which is a flat fronted. These are pleated trousers, and this is what we're seeing in the high street now. So it is coming back a little bit more like a traditional classic look. Something else I picked up on was, besides jumpers and sweaters being more winter-based colours, when it came to coats, this was a really interesting fact. On the high street, a lot of the coats that I saw were more along the lines of a military cut. So they were full wool coats, and they were a military cut, double breasted. It's very popular at the moment on the high street, not only with the pea coat but also with the full length wool coat. And the colours was interesting as well, because whilst traditionally and for more formal events there's a lot of navy military cut long coats about, and also black is a very formal colour. When we step away from the formalised look, the formal look, and went to a more casual look, then we're seeing chocolate coloured wool coats and some fawn coloured coats, but cut in that military style. So they've got epaulets, they've got double breasted, they've got you know, a nice tight silhouette, and very much the same in other colours as well. So for example, there's dark greens out there at the moment in the coats that I saw. Now when it comes to jackets, that second layer if you like, that was interesting as well. A lot of tweed out there at the moment on the high street, and typically they are dark browns, darker greens, a little bit more along the Donegal tweed look, and also the traditional herringbone patterns coming back, and a very nice look, I must say. And that's typical, because when I was going around Jermyn Street and along Savile Row, in the windows what I could see was typically those sort of items being displayed. So they were looking at chocolate brown colours, tweeds, dark greens. The ties were very reminiscent of wool ties, and more darker colours. Burgundy was quite a popular colour, and so there is that, seems to be that crossover at the moment. So even if you are a traditionalist and you wear classic men's attire, come winter you're going to be more fashionable than you used to be. So I think that's a good thing. The observations that I made was that people generally on the high street are coming back to a little bit more like a traditional look. Something else that I noticed was that it's the accessories as well that are going that way as well. So I see a lot more people carrying briefcase and leather message bags rather than you know, those nylon equivalents. So it's nice to see proper luggage, if you like. Watch straps are leather straps. People wearing more dress-based watches, and the odd cufflink. Double cuff shirts are quite popular at the moment as well. And when it comes to the winter months, one of the biggest things I've seen of late is corduroy suits coming back into fashion, and they are really ranging in colour. To be fair, they are more along the lines of sand, all the way up to dark chocolate, dark greens, but you can even pick them up in burgundy as well, and they are a really nice accessory for the winter months, for that informal suit wear. But when it comes to the evenings and evening attire, and when we're heading into towards the Christmas period maybe, the thing I noticed most of all was that there's a great increase in the number of velvet jackets out there. Now they come in two main forms, besides being single or double breasted, but the two forms I'm going to describe to you is one with a satin lapel, which is more for evening wear, and ones where they're just full velvet lapels as well as the jacket, and they tend to be for both, either for evening wear or even in the daytime with a pair of jeans or a pair of chinos. Or in most cases they're now going towards flannels. But the point I want to make is that jeans and a sports jacket is not something new. It was introduced way back in the 1960s by Ralph Lauren, and he regularly personally wore that sort of look, and it became quite trendy, and it obviously from there it grew, and not just him but others wear that sort of thing. And if it's accessorized really well with a nice pair of shoes, a nice shirt, even if it's a double cuff shirt, and a nice pair of dark jeans, you can't go far wrong. And it's not uncommon now to see, well, I saw this on Oxford Street and a couple of other locations as well in London, where people were wearing dark jeans, a nice pair of brogue shoes, and this velvet jackets. Now the velvet jackets come in dark blue, like a navy blue, and also a slightly lighter, more marine blue, and that was really striking as a colour. But also there are other colours as well. So black is obviously a very good colour to wear in the evenings and evening events, more than I would say the daytime, but also chocolate velvet jackets as well. So I know it's only a few minutes this video, but it's just giving you some of my observations when I was in London and walking around, and what the current trend is and what it's in both camps, if you like. So the traditional classic look, and how at the moment on the high street, where the main population will do their shopping, the fashion seems to be going more traditional. So I think it's only good for us sartorialists that we will get more and more people involved, and more people will enjoy wearing traditional clothing or classic clothing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to make a comment, or if you've made your own observations, then please jot them down below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We love constructive comments. So, and if you have any ideas for any up and coming videos, then please jot them down. We're always looking for new content and what people really want to know about. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, then please feel free to do so. We have a Buy You a Coffee page, and I'll put the link down below. So if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, then please feel free to do so. Until next time, take care.